The Pink Run is more than a 5K run or walk. It's a chance to honor survivors, support fighters, and remember those we've lost.
Whether you've lived it or loved someone who has, this is your moment.
Join us on Sunday, October 26th, and let's walk, run, and restore hope together. To register, call 876-445-9407. Pink Run is brought to you by Jamaica Reach to Recovery.
Pink Run is powered by Catherine Speak, Juicy Patties, Jamaica Moves, JP Foods, Supreme Ventures, NHF, and M Catering. Reaching hearts, restoring hope.
Good evening. Welcome again to Pinktober. My name is Sandra Samuels, and I'm the president of Jamaica Reach to Recovery. And we're here this evening, like every Thursday at 7:30 for the month of October, to speak all things breast cancer. So last week we had Dr. Dorea, and Dr. Dorea Cornwall, and she spoke about mammography, early detection, and you can go back and watch it on our pages, Jamaica JaReach2Recovery.com or Pink Run JM. Now, tonight we have 2 survivors and 1 caregiver. Now, I myself is a 26-year breast cancer survivor, and my aim for this program is to educate everyone that is watching us online about breast cancer. So you are not only to view, you're going to be able to send your questions in the chat and ask any questions that you want to ask. There's no question that is too hard. There's no question that is too foolish. There's no question that is too deep. We want to make sure that we bring you the information. And as I said before, we had two episodes before, so you can go back and watch them and get all the information that you need. Reach to Recovery is a breast cancer survivor group, and we meet every second Tuesday at Webster's Memorial at 5 p.m. Before I begin, I want to big up my friend Janet Genius, because tonight, as God would have it, I had no light at home. So I called my girlfriend and she says, I'll hook you up. And so here I can bring you our podcast, our webinar to speak on breast cancer. Them say best friend better than pocket money. Good friend better than pocket money. So let's begin. So this evening, I'm not going to read anybody's bio, because they're here to talk about themselves, to tell their stories of recovery, resilience, what happened during diagnosis, and all that they went through from diagnosis to date. So we have online currently, we have Alea Howard, and she's a caregiver for Hygiena, who is one of our members. So she'll speak to the aspect of being a caregiver, because what we find is that the caregiver goes through a lot, and persons don't pay attention to what the caregiver is going through. The caregiver absorbs so much, goes through so much, and many times don't take care of themselves. So we want to give a little highlight to the caregiver. We'll start with Rochester Langley. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, it's Rochester. So you're Mrs. Rochester Langley. And
correct.
Her story, let me tell you, I heard her story for the first time. I believe it was either last week or this week, but this month has been a blur. I've heard so many stories this week, but I had to bring on Rochelle because her story is one of resilience, one of, you talk about a tearjerker, you talk about there must be a God. Rochelle, welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It is
my pleasure.
Finally putting a face to the voice. We both had an interview on the radio, and when I heard her, I said I had to bring it on the program because you have such an amazing story. You are so happy, and people would never see you and know what you go through. So
Oh,
just tell us
yes.
about yourself before diagnosis, and then let us know what happened, how you found your lump, and just take us through your journey. And I'll stop you when I want to drill a little deeper into your story.
Okay.
So let's start
Okay.
where you want to start. As
Okay.
persons were asking me for questions that I'm going to ask. Why would I give you a script when it's your story? It's your story. So nothing that I can ask you that you won't know, or nothing that the people will ask you that you don't know. So welcome again, and go right ahead into your story.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. My name is Mrs. Rachel Rochester Langley. I'm 46-year-old. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I have 4 kids, 3 sons, and a daughter.
Breathe,
In
breathe.
2022, in 2022, I got married in 2022, October 27, 2022. And right after I got married, I felt a lump in my right breast at this side. I called my husband attention to it, and he said to me that I must go and check it out because it can be anything. He said all lumps is not cancer, but just to be on the safe side, I must go and check it out, which I did. I went to my doctor. I explained and tell him what happened, and he told me that he's gonna let me do an ultrasound at the time. Sorry, a mammogram. At the time, COVID was still lingering. So in Mandeville, most of the machines were down. So I went back to him and explained what happened. And he called precision imaging. I
Dr.
didn't
Daria
know where
Caro,
that,
that was on last week. That's her place.
yes,
Mhm.
I didn't know about that place. But anyhow, my husband take me and we found the place. I went and did the mammogram. So I waited. Don't remember how long I waited, but it wasn't long. And the result was sent to my doctor via email. So he called me and I went to the office and he told me that it came back inconclusive. I did an ultrasound also. And I could tell something was wrong because the way how the gentleman was behaving, it seemed off. He didn't want to tell me anything, maybe not to frighten me,
Mhm.
but my instinct told me that something is definitely wrong. He sent the result to my doctor and he didn't say much either. He called a surgeon by the name of Dr. Joseph. And from there we meet, we discuss, and he said that he has to do a biopsy. I made the appointment and I went and did the biopsy. Sorry, but in all that was happening, I still have faith because I tell God, anything he's doing, it's well done. And I did the biopsy. I was at fasting on Wednesday. I never ever will forget this day. I was at fasting and his receptionist called me and said, Rochelle, you have to come to the office. Dr. Joseph want to see you. I said, Lord, what could this be now? And I touched my church sister and I said, I have to go because Dr. called me, say I must come in. My result is in. I called my husband and I tell him to meet me at the doctor office. We both went there. I wait a while before he reached. And I was on the outside, and when I saw him come in, I saw a paper wrapped in his hand, and he was moving fast. Oh, my heart was beating. I went into his office. He told me to sit down, which I did. And he held my hand and he said, Rochelle, remember I was explaining to you it could be a possibility. I said, yes, I remember. And he said to me, it came back that you have cancer triple negative. Ah, I cried, I cried, I cried. And he held on to my hand and he said, Rochelle, no matter what it is, we're gonna get through it together. That gave me some hope.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, at least we catch it early.
Right.
All I'm there sitting down, I'm saying to myself, what I'm gonna tell my husband,
Oh, so
what
your
I'm
husband
gonna
was
tell
with
my
you at
kids.
the time. He didn't
No, he said
repent.
he didn't want to come. No, he said he didn't want to come inside with me. I must just go ahead and then I'll come out and tell him the result.
Okay.
But he was there with my son too. At the time, my son, I think he was 11, I think. Yes, 11, 12. And when I leave out the doctor office and turn the corner to come where he was sitting, from the look on my face, he know something was wrong. And when I sat down beside him, he said to me, what's wrong? I said, babes, it's cancer, triple negative. He didn't want to believe. He said, I must go back and ask what's the result because it's not right.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I don't think the doctor is lying. No, he will never do such a thing and frighten me. And
Mm-hmm.
from there, my journey began.
But
So he dis-
hold on there a minute. So back up. At this point, because you told me that you were in another kind of state.
yes,
Um, so we need to let the audience know. We need to let the viewers know that weren't you having a baby?
I was pregnant, but not at that time.
Oh, okay.
No, no, I wasn't pregnant then.
Oh,
That
you
I'm
weren't. Oh, you
talking.
weren't pregnant. Okay.
No,
I thought you were
no.
pregnant when you found out.
Yes, I'm going to get to that part.
Okay, okay.
I'm climbing the hill. I'm climbing the hill. I'm getting there.
Okay, I thought you
I'm
knew you were
getting
pregnant at
there.
that time. My bad.
I'm getting
Continue.
there. So anyhow, from there, I went to his office now for him to discuss everything with me. What going to happen, what not going to happen. So we discussed surgery, we discussed tests, and honestly, I didn't know being diagnosed have so many things behind it. I think you're diagnosed and you just go do the surgery and you just
Mm-hmm.
relax because I don't have any idea exactly what was going on. I only hear about cancer of all type, breast cancer. So I'm saying just do the surgery and then relax.
Mm.
He asked me if I want to do the surgery at Mandibular Hospital, but anything I'm doing, I get my two sisters involved because I'm the
Okay.
youngest of five.
Okay.
So I told him I'm gonna go home, have a meeting with my sister, and then get back to him. So they decided they wanted to do it private because they want me to be as comfortable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we made the appointment. I did the surgery June of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did
And
the
you were
surgery,
diagnosed in 2022.
right. But nothing didn't start because it was late 2022. So everything started in 2023. The tests, the
Okay.
CT scans and stuff like that. So everything kicked off in 2023.
Okay.
So I did the surgery. My sister came down from overseas and helped me out because, as I said before, I didn't know what I was going through. He explained to me as much as possible so I could understand. And honestly, he really helped me out. So I did the surgery. I went in the Wednesday and I came out the Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came out the Friday, I have to go back the Saturday because where the tube it was oozing out, so I have to go back for him to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I finish, I take out he remove the tube in August. So he gave me a letter. He said to me that maybe I have to get some chemo. But I'm saying to myself, chemo, that thing I hear people talking about is not good. And him laughed and said, no, man, it's not that bad. Richin, I don't believe in chemo because I hear people speak about chemo. And believe you me, it drives fear in me because I'm saying if I'm gonna go through that, how my body going to feel, how I'm gonna deal with it. But anyhow, I said, God will carry me through. And he said I must pick up a letter for him to bring to the oncology of the hospital, Mandeville Hospital, Dr. Foot. And I take it to her. But I have to do blood tests. I have to do series of tests back and forth, and then CT scan. And Miss Sandra, all hell break loose. I was one day home not feeling well. And I said to my husband, I'm just not feeling well. I take my mind off pregnancy totally. Totally. I'm just focusing on my diagnosis. And I told him to buy I called my doctor and I explained to him what was going on. And he said maybe it can be a delay. But first take the test, and then if anything, he will do further tests to see exactly what is happening. I did the test. I was so nervous. I did the test. My husband was on the outside feeding his dog. And when I took the test, I was shaking so bad. I take a deep breath and I said, Rochelle, you can do this. When I removed the lid from it, I said, 2 red stroke. I said, yes, Lord. The way I was feeling, I couldn't even shout to my husband loud enough. I have a name that I call him. I said, Sugar Puss, come here. All I could have said. I said, Sugar Puss, we're pregnant.
And you're how old at this stage? At this stage?
Pardon?
You're how old now? At
I'm
that
46.
age? At the
I'm
time?
46.
No, at the
No, at
time.
that time I was 44, I think. 44.
Okay.
And I shout out, and him said, yes, what you said? I said, Sugar Puss, we're pregnant. And him run. I had a bottle of wine. I couldn't drink it, and him turn it to him head, and all I'm there shouting, remember your pressure, remember your pressure. So I called my doctor, and I went to him the following day, and he confirmed it that I was 2 months pregnant. But there was a little hiccup. Because of the pregnancy, they couldn't commence with the chemo. They were deciding what to give me, what not to give me. So it takes a while. I have to be at the oncology clinic. I have to be at a specialist because they say I'm high risk. But anyhow, everything was going fine. But in January of 2024, it was my husband's birthday, so I want to surprise him. His first child. My husband's first child. So I want to surprise him with a gender reveal. And when I went to the ultrasound, something was wrong. First, the doctor asked me if I'm not drinking any water. I told him yes. I asked him why. He said there's no fluid around the baby. So he asked me to go home, drink water, and come back within 3 weeks' time. I went back and it get worse. The little poops that was around the baby, it was decreasing. So he gave me a letter to give my doctor, and my doctor sent me back to the specialist. That's Dr. Davis. And when I went to her, I think she have her ultrasound machine is more up to date, so she can see exactly what is happening. And she said, Rochelle, no, something is wrong. We have to admit you. There is no water at all around the baby. It's dry. And she admit me, but she said I have to go to Kingston at Carrigan to do a test, but it have to send overseas to be test. I went up there and I did it. I was in the hospital when the test came back, and she called me and tell me that it's bad news. The baby wasn't producing any urine also. And the test came back. They have to make a decision that they didn't want to hear. She asked me to call my husband to come to the hospital for him to for her to discuss it with him and let him know exactly what is happening, because she's saying all of that I'm going through, she cannot put me through no more. So we have to decide exactly what we want. And my heart broke. I was 6 months pregnant. The baby didn't make it. It was a little hard, Lord. God, Lord, Lord, please, Lord, please. Give me strength, please, Lord. Please, please. Lord, Lord.
You want to take a minute? You want to take a minute to gather yourself? Because we could,
Oh,
all right,
Lord.
take a minute to gather yourself and let us
Oh,
just go over to Alea, who is a caregiver. Alea,
Hi, good night, everyone.
Alea is a caregiver to one of our members, a hygiena, and I met her yesterday at our meeting. Yesterday, day before yesterday at our meeting, and I asked her to join us because we rarely think of the persons who assist those who are in need. Now, Alia, you are a caregiver, and Hygiena has been through a lot as well. Um, Mentally, how do you prepare to be a caregiver?
Well, being a caregiver isn't something you plan for. It's not something you wake up one day and say, I'm going to be someone's support system. It just kind of happened. One diagnosis, and suddenly you're in waiting rooms, reading side effects of pill bottles, keeping track of appointments, and learning the differences between a port and a PICC line. And with Hygiena, she's the life of the party. She always giving trouble.
Right.
So, um, even though it was bad news, we sort of found the good in things. Like going to the oncologist with her, it wasn't as mentally straining for me, because even though she was in a bad situation, it was still fun. Telling the doctor, so she still eat fried chicken, she eat pork same way, and she not stop drinking the soda. Um, so it didn't have that much of a strain mentally. Just being there for her and seeing how strong she is inspiring to me. That even though you might be at rock bottom, you always have to find the silver lining. That's what being around hygiene is like. So that's what it was like for me.
So, what is required of a caregiver on a daily basis?
Well, in my instance, it was more of being a support system for her, an outlet for her to vent, a shoulder for her to cry on. Because, as I said before, I didn't know anything about um, breast cancer. She was the person who put me into that world, and so I had to be googling even what an oncologist is, googling how to feel for the lump. When I go to the doctors and they're using their jargons, I have to be using chat GPT to find out what they're saying. And what people don't know, that being a caregiver doesn't mean that you have to be a nurse or a
Right,
doctor or a surgeon. Being a caregiver can just you being there as a friend, and you don't even have to speak. Sometimes somebody just wanted to just be there, even if
right.
you are sitting in silence. Just your presence alone lets them feel as though you're that rock that they can lean on, even
Yes,
if even if after chemo you're saying, let's go and sit at the beach, let's go to waterfront, you know. I don't think it is something that you can prepare for per se. It just it's up to your persona and the person that you are supporting, and everything just works, it flows, and it's day by day, step by step.
absolutely. Get you. So let us see if Rochelle, after taking a breath, my darling, you're back again with us.
Yes.
You can pick up where you left
Yes.
off.
Yes.
Understand that that must be a very
Yes.
hard
Very hard.
moment for you.
Yes. So after the baby didn't make it. Right after that, Dr. Davis gave me a letter to take to the oncology clinic that they must commence the treatment ASAP. When I left the hospital on my way home, I stopped at the clinic and I handed Dr. Samuels the letter. She gave me a little time, just for my body to recover a bit. And then I started my journey again in April of last year. Everything was going good, Miss Sandra, because when you hear about chemo, you think you're gonna take it the same day and then you just flat out. I
Right.
go, but before that, Dr. Samuels gave me my prescription. Remember now, Miss Sandra, I don't know anything about this thing. So me myself just trying to move around. I love to ask questions. She said I must go by the hospital. I tried to read the prescription that she gave me, but I know I recognize on it paclitaxel and carboplatin.
Mhm.
When I went by the hospital, they didn't have the carboplatin. I said, Lord, I'm starting my chemo tomorrow and I need it and I have to get it. You have to work out something for me. Someone down by my doctor office, there's a pharmacy there. We live very good. And them said, come, Rochelle, we're here for you. We're going to help you. She called Three Angels first because it's only two pharmacy in Mandeville carries chemo treatment, and it's Three Angels and a pharmacy down by Villa.
Mhm.
When she called Three Angels to find out how much it was, oh, be and to behold, it was 90 something thousand. I said, oh Lord, I said, God, you have to fix this one for me. She called another one. I think it was, I don't remember, but at the time I didn't have my NHF card. And she said to me, Rochelle, go back at the clinic and tell doctor that you cannot get the medication. I went back. I was feeling so weak and sick, like my breath going to leave my body because, having the baby lost so much blood and it goes a long way. I went back to her. I said, Doc, I cannot get the medication. She said, go for the prescription and come back to me. I'm telling you, God is good. She took the prescription and she crossed. Sorry about that.
Oh, no
Just as
problem. Go ahead.
she said, don't get this, don't get this, don't get this. We have it here, can help you out. And I said, God, thank you very much. The carboplatin was still standing because, is what the patient bring there, them have to use. Same time I called that nurse Sims. I said, Nurse Sims, I cannot get the carboplatin. You can help me. Or she said, Rochelle, still come at the clinic. Come. And I went the Thursday morning and God was so good. I was able to get the carboplatin to start my treatment. I went every week on a Thursday. And when I do my treatment on Thursday, I am fine. I could go about and do my little selling because I sell like household chemical and clothes. So I am okay Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So within those 3 days, I make sure anything I have to do, I do it before it touches Sunday, because when it touches Sunday, that's where the side effects comes in. The
Mhm.
weakness, the loss of appetite, the diarrhea, and it goes a long way. So when the side effects trip in like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I am good to go to the lab to do my blood work to go back the following Thursday.
Mhm.
But I was eating. I remember one week I went to the clinic and I ate 5 food. It's like this thing opened up my appetite. Five
Mhm.
food I ate that my husband turned to me and said, "What is happening to me?" I said, "I don't know."
Mhm.
So when I'm going to the clinic, Miss Sandra, I ask a lot of questions. I ask person to help me. I tell him to just help me, just tell me what to do because this triple negative, I don't know anything about it. So when I'm
Mhm.
going to the clinic, I make my beetroot, I bring my water, I bring my soup, and I bring some vitamins. So during the treatment, I drink and I eat. And after I finish chemo, I flush my system with water. I drank like 2 bottles of the 1.5 water just to get it out my system.
Right. So
So
how many treatments? How many treatments did you how many chemo treatments did you do?
I don't quite remember, Miss Sandra, but if I'm not lying, I think I get 16 rounds.
Right.
I get 16 rounds, but some it stop in between. I would have done a long time, but because of my white blood cell and the red blood cell keep on dropping, I have to be at home in bed waiting my body to recover to go back to the clinic.
Okay.
Because at one point my white blood cell went down to 0 point something.
Mhm.
So I couldn't get the treatment. I have to take 3 injections. I don't remember the name of them, 3 injections to bring back up the white blood cell. And really, it really, really helps. So of June of last year, yes, I was feeling a bit funny. But I was saying to my husband, taking the chemo, I never normally feel certain ways, so I don't know what is happening. I didn't
Mhm.
pay it any mind. I went to the oncology clinic and I spoke to Dr. Matthews and I asked her if she could give me maybe a week just for me to get a little strength back in my body. She said, "Rochelle, to be honest, we don't really give that because your diagnosis is different and to stop the treatment, it can be a problem." Anyhow, she gave me the 1 week. Coming down in July, things getting worse. I can't walk, I can't eat, and my complexion getting black.
Mhm.
And then my foot calf was hanging out. So I'm saying to myself, no, something is wrong. When I went to use the bathroom, there is something was off with my urine. But I said, God, what it could be. But I'm telling you, see, God, I'm telling you, God is good. My husband take a day off that day and him said him gonna take me back at the oncology to find out why I'm so sick. I couldn't walk. I have to be in a wheelchair. And when I went there, he went and explained to Dr. Matthews that something is wrong with me, but him don't know what. She said I must hold on. She gonna finish with a patient and then get back to me. When he came for me in the wheelchair, oh God, I vomit. I vomit so much. And she asked the nurse to do my sugar. When she did the sugar, and she said, "Rochelle, something wrong, you know. Your sugar can't read. All it is saying high, high, high." And she write a letter and gave it to my husband. She let the sister of the hospital accompany me at the hospital. And I was there from the August and I came out in September.
So you were
I,
so you were a month in the hospital.
yes,
Wow. So that was that
yes,
time what you had developed diabetes?
right. The chemo caused it.
Okay.
And it gave me high cholesterol. I get acid reflux. It was so much my little body was going through.
Mhm.
And when I came out the hospital, I have to go back. There was a chest pain. And each time the chest pain comes, it's like it blacked me out. So I'm saying to my husband, I said, I know my body. I said, something is wrong. Something is wrong, and I need to find out what it is. So when I came out, when I went back, they keep me back in there for 3 more days. And when I came out maybe a couple of days before my birthday. And I called my friend, Miss Broomfield, and asked her to take me by Dr. Yukala office. I need to do an echocardiogram to see what is happening with my heart. And luckily, when honestly, I didn't know who is Dr. Yokala. I only know the name. When I went there, I was so surprised. It's the same doctor that look after me over by the hospital. And when him come and said, Rochelle, he called me bed one. And I said, yes, sir. He said, what is happening? And I explained to him. He did an ECG first. And no, sorry. He did my sugar. And when he did the sugar, it was 19.1. He did my cholesterol and it was high. So I said, oh my God, you're going through so much. And the young lady did my ECG. He said everything was fine. And then he came in under the echocardiogram. But the thing about it, Dr. Yukala never knew I removed my breast. And when he saw it, he said, oh, mercy, Father, no, you are going through too much. And Miss Sandra, believe you me, when Dr. Yukala finished encouraging me, it's like a heavy load came off my head. I was in the office with him an hour and a half because I was crying, I was confused, I was depressed, I was stressed. Everything was happening to me at once. And the next thing he said to me, I was so grateful for. He said that he's going to start to treat me for my heart because the chemo can be a factor with my heart. And when he write the prescription and explained to me, he said, Rochelle, this is a lot of medication that you're gonna take, but it gonna help you. And I went to the pharmacy and I filled them, and the pharmacist explained to me all the medication that he gave me. And honestly, I started the medication that same very day, and the next morning the sugar went down to 9 point something. Because what they gave me from the hospital, it wasn't helping. I don't know if it wasn't strong enough, the dosage that they required for me to take each day, but it weren't helping. So he changed it altogether. But something was still wrong. The chest pain, it was still bothering me. And any little thing, I feel a panic. And I went back to him. He realized that I have acid reflux. But thank God, I am doing much better today, and I finished my chemo last year, December. And
So
when I went in,
last year, December until now, well, first of all, that mental shift from all that you went through to where you are now, how did you get to
yes,
this place of positivity and happiness? Because when I spoke to you
my
first, I
husband,
knew that you had gone through so much.
my husband,
Okay.
my husband,
Big him up now, what him
Miss
name?
Sandra,
Big him up, man. Big him up, what your
Miss
husband name?
Mr. Ian Langley, my sweet darling husband, just know that your wife love and appreciate you.
You see, when the men give
He,
problems, when the men give problems,
yes,
we cuss them. So when them good, we need to big them up.
yes,
You
it's
understand?
true.
Yes.
And my
So
my
Mr. Langley, big
church,
up
my
yourself.
church, yes, my church rooted for me. I have a dear friend at NCU, Miss Broomfield. But Miss Sandra, I am telling you this. I'm telling you, and take it from me this night I'm talking to you. Every day that God sent, I sat on my veranda every day talking to God for Him to help me to get over the fear, to get over the depression, to get over the negativity, because I can remember sitting on my veranda and the vice telling me to run out in the rain naked.
Well,
And I said, no. I said, no, Rochelle, this is not you. Wake up and shake up. And Miss Sandra, I wake up and I start chanting my house, because I said, look, I am not going to let this thing get the whole of me, because this is not me. And church,
right.
church, Listen, people don't understand how church is important, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Church is so important because if I never know God for myself, and if
Right.
I never have faith, and if I never believe in going to church and tell myself that going to church is gonna help me, it wouldn't happen. Because
So you are
sometimes I'm here, I'm in deep depression.
you're
And
freezing.
then
You
the
froze a while
hardest
ago.
part about it, pardon?
You froze a while ago. You said
Oh, sorry
when you go,
about that.
you said something about church. You said going to
Yes,
church helps.
yes,
And what
going to
else?
church helps. It really helps because if you tell yourself that you're going for something, it's gonna happen. So if I am home feeling depressed and stressed, and I go to church, it's a different thing. I go there and worship, and I tell God exactly what I want,
So
and
you
it
are
helps.
saying to us. So you are saying to us that mental and spiritual has a lot to do with get coming through. That's what you're saying.
Yes,
Mental and
yes,
spiritual has to
yes,
yes?
yes. Because
Okay.
you see, Miss Sandra, you see being diagnosed with cancer, whichever cancer it may be, it
Mhm.
affects you mentally.
Right.
It put fears. And when I said fears, it put fears. It's like all around you, all you're seeing is death. That's all you imagine is death. And the least
But
little thing, you just panic. It's like,
you overcame that through your church family and your
yes,
husband and who you
oh,
surround
yes,
yourself with.
yes.
Okay. All
Because
right. So
going through the,
yes. Go ahead.
going through going through things like this, if you don't
Mhm.
have the support, you're in big trouble.
That is true. I agree with that 1000%. All right. So we're going to go over now to Kanad Vassal, and she's also a survivor. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Kanad, and when you were diagnosed, and just a little bit about your story as well. And then we're going to
Good
take
night,
some
everyone.
questions in the chat.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes, I'm Kanad Vassal. Thanks for having me, Miss Samuel, to share my story.
You're very welcome.
Well, when I was diagnosed, I wasn't in Jamaica. I was overseas during the time of COVID. So,
And how old were you?
45 at the time. I always tell myself it was my 45th birthday because it was exactly the 28th of August was my birthday, and I found out I had breast cancer on the 14th of September.
Okay.
My
How did you
birthday.
find the lump?
Huh?
How did you find the lump?
My story is a bit different. That's the reason why I always say don't have to be a lump, it don't have to be a bump, it can just be a itch. Because it was really a itch I was feeling in my breast when I found out.
Mhm.
So I was feeling the itch maybe from 2020 during COVID, and I keep visiting my local doctor back and forth, but they were trying to convince me that I am going through menopause. But going through menopause, I don't think my breast should itch me so much. So I remember one time I was like a caretaker for my best friend mom. She was overseas, and on the Tuesday I noticed that my left breast was swollen. So I decided that I'm not going back to the doctor. I'm going to call Cancer Society. But because it was COVID, they told me that I would not get an appointment until the October. And I say, no, I can't wait. So I do some Google search and I find this ultrasound place, and I think it's Caledonia Avenue where Dr. Cornwall is.
Mhm.
And they said they could do it the Friday. So I didn't hesitate. I went straight there the Friday. And when I went, They did the test and they told me to sit and wait outside. While I was waiting, the receptionist come back to me and said, Canad, who is your doctor? So I told her, no, doctor didn't send me. I come on my own because each time I go to doctor, I don't feel comfortable with what they tell me. So I come to find out. Anyway, they did the test and when it was ready, they called me and my husband pick it up. When he picked it up, I went back to my local doctor. When I went back to the doctor, exact word was this, Canada, it doesn't make any sense. I tell you that nothing is wrong because you're going to keep trying to find out. So tell you what, I'm going to send you to do a ultrasound. I went and I did the ultrasound maybe the ending of September. When I did it, I remember when they were doing the ultrasound, they told me that they didn't see anything and why did my doctor send me? So I explained to them and she said, well, she don't see anything, so I should go back to my doctor. At that time, I was feeling a bit frustrated, but then I said, anytime I'm getting sick, it's always serious. It coming like I'm going to get sick. So cancer was the furthest thing from my mind. I think I had cysts in my breast. That's what I think I had. So because I think I had cysts, I didn't think about cancer. I went back to my doctor. And when I went back to my doctor, she said back the same thing. She said, Canad, it don't make no sense I tell you that it is nothing. Because even if I tell you it's nothing, you're going to keep trying. And the irony of my story is that whenever anybody at all is sick and think something is wrong, I don't think they should stop until they find out. Don't make the doctor convince you any other ways. Because if the doctor did do that to me, I don't know what would happen. Anyway, they
Because
send me.
let's say
Huh?
your belly tell you that's 6 cents.
Yeah?
That's 6 cents.
That's
Your
6 cents.
belly uneasy.
Right, and there is no way a breast should be itching you and is menopause, because all of my reading not connect with that. So she said to me, she looked at me and she said, boy, if every woman was like you, me not think no sick woman that the Jamaica. You know, make no sense. I tell you, say nothing no wrong because you're going to keep trying. So tell you what, you're going to have to do needle biopsy. So I said, what is that? She said, they are going to do a little deeper test because the ultrasound not stating and the mammogram don't state. So they have to do, a surgeon have to get involved and I should buy the needle and all of this stuff. And I did. And my best friend, Carleen Rooms Blake, followed me. And they did the biopsy and I collect the stuff. And I gave it to my husband and he dropped it off. And that was done sometime maybe in January 5th. And I think I get back the results sometime in March. And when I got back the results, I'm going to be honest, I didn't want to have breast cancer. So when I got back the result, I tried to read it. I didn't understand much because honestly, I don't know much about cancer. So I took it to my doctor. When I took it to her, oh Lord, she wrapped it up quick. I'm going to be honest. She never, and this is what really upset me, she never tell me that I had breast cancer. She just wrap it up quick and tell me that I need to go to UA or KPH for further testing. So
hold on a minute, Kat. So you said you went to the doctor. She got the results.
Yes.
And she didn't sit down and have a conversation with you?
No, she didn't.
Huh?
No.
This is in Jamaica or this is in foreign?
In Jamaica, on the 5th of March, 2020.
Okay, all right. So what happened next?
So I came home because I think I do everything. So I don't think I have cancer because if I did have cancer, the doctor would have tell me. So when I came home, I got an email from my boss overseas asking me if I'd like to come and work. So I took the grand opportunity and went to work. When I was there, May, I think it was May 19, I was having picnic with my church family and my breast swell again. So I was telling her, and she said, no, Candy, I'm going to make some link for you and you get it checked out. And that's how I found out I have stage 2 estrogen level breast cancer in the US on the 14th of September 2021. That's when I found out. So my story is a bit different. Most time I don't share the part that I visit the doctor. I was really angry when I found out on the 14th, wanted to come back to Jamaica just to go back to the doctor just to find out why she didn't tell me. After I was the one who trying so hard to find out why my breast itching.
I don't even understand what you're saying. I'm in shock. I'm in amazement. I am speechless because I don't even know how that could even happen. And you said you didn't you tried reading the results and you didn't understand it and you
I
asked
didn't
her to
understand.
explain to you?
Ah,
Did you ask her to explain what the results were saying to you?
no, I did not, because cancer was the furthest thing from my mind. So when I take it to her, this is her exact look. She took it from me, she read it, and her exact word was, Canad, if everybody was like you, no one would sick. She never used the term breast cancer. No one would sick. I really admire how you try, but I'm gonna send you to KPH or University Hospital. My response to her, so what they are going to do, she said, I'm gonna see a surgeon and they're gonna do further testing.
So, but
Honestly,
she
huh?
told you that, so you didn't go to KPH?
No, I did not, because then I came home and I got an email from my boss if I'd like to come. So I just took the grand opportunity and I leave 3 weeks later. And
Wow.
when I leave, I cancer was the furthest thing from my mind. Just
Can
that
you
my
fix the light? Can you fix the light above your head?
can
Your
I do
face is
what?
going dark. Can,
Maurice, turn on the light.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yes, but yes, much better. Much better. Yes, go ahead.
yeah. So I got an email when I came home. I tried to read the letter. I did not understand. It just said I should go to emergency department at the university or KPH. That's what it said. I take the grand opportunity and I take the job offer. I don't know if I was silly, but that's what I did. And nothing was wrong again until in May, my breast swell again. And that's when my journey started in the US. That's
So,
when
so what treatment did you do?
I did 16 rounds of chemotherapy, 4 rounds of the ones that she was talking about. Most persons call it the red devil.
Mhm.
And then I did 12 rounds of tamoxifen. Each week on a Tuesday, I do the tamoxifen. But when I was doing the red devil, I would go every Tuesday. I would go when I was doing the red devil. The tamoxifen every Tuesday, and the red devil was every other week on a Tuesday. I did it for 5 months straight. I didn't get a break because every time I went, my level was okay, my blood level was okay, so I did not get a break.
So you did radiotherapy as well?
No, I didn't. I did after I did the 16 chemotherapy, I had 5 weeks break and then I did my surgery.
Mm-hmm. So
And
what kind
after
of
I
surgery
did,
did you do?
huh?
What
Can
kind
you
of
repeat?
surgery did you do?
I did a mastectomy with a reconstruction.
Okay. Okay. So you did reconstruction.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay. So you did everything here, or you did some of the treatment overseas and you did the rest of treatment here? Or you did
I
everything in Jamaica?
I did everything overseas. Then I came to Jamaica and continued treatment by doing oral tamoxifen daily, and I continue my treatment for the next 7 years because I've gone through 3 years already.
So
So
you are
I'd go to the
surviving now. So you're surviving now how long?
3.5, 3.5 years.
2.5 years. And Rochelle, you are surviving now how long?
Well, let I explain that part, Miss Sandra. When my treatment ended and I went back to for my checkup January of this year, the doctor said how they count it is the day you stop the treatment. So coming December, it will be a year.
Okay. Okay. And with you, Canad, how are you feeling now? I mean, you come to meetings now. Tell me a little bit about, mentally what you have been through. How you stay grounded on a daily basis, because people look at survival, or should I say, surviving after breast cancer as an easy job. You know, I know what it is like to see a bump come up on your hand, to feel something unusual on your body, and you go into instant, Lord Jesus, I wonder if cancer come back or something like that. Or
Mm-hmm.
it's just a constant, hoping that it never comes back. Or when it's time to go and get your test, I have to literally fortify myself with prayer and make all kind of deal with God. And God's when
You
you're going to
break it
have
up.
your test every year, or I'm breaking up. You're not hearing me? You hearing me now?
Yes, ma'am, I'm hearing you. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So when you're going to get your tests every year, because once you're a survivor, you have to go and get treatment on a yearly basis. You have whether not treatment,
Marie,
sorry,
bring
test.
one.
I mean, test. You have to go and get your test at least once a year. Every year, I do an ultrasound, an abdominal ultrasound, a chest X-ray, uh, a mammogram for my one breast that's left, and I have to do a series of blood tests to ensure that everything is okay. All my organs are functioning well. So
You're breaking
survive.
up.
I'm still breaking up. I'm still breaking
Miss
up.
Sandra, I
Bring the
would like to
one
ask
that.
you a question.
Yes.
I don't know if you can backtrack on when you finish your treatment.
Mhm.
When you
Yeah,
finish
man,
your
you have to
treatment, after you finish
plan.
your treatment, did you still have side effects?
Listen to my dog.
Well, well, for me, my treatment, or should I say, my survival is 26 years. So my whole story is long time. When
Okay.
I was diagnosed in 1999. Right now,
Ooh.
I have still have numbness under my arm. My chest is still tight in the area of the mastectomy. Um, it's every now and again you have those moments that you feel a little low, but overall, what I found breast cancer changed was how I view life in general.
Okay.
I am so grateful for every moment, every second. I live an in a state of appreciation of life, appreciation of my friends, appreciation of my family, appreciation of my job, appreciation of my staff, just general appreciation. So I find that my level of happiness, or my focus on happiness, increased since my survival. Yes, you may have um one thing that came out of breast cancer for me, because nobody, you see, information was scarce at the time.
Yeah.
So things like wearing the prosthesis all the time, nobody told me that I needed to wear, because I did not do reconstruction. So I wear what is called a prosthesis, which is a breast form that you fit in a bra, a specialized bra, and you wear that on a daily basis so that you are balanced, so that nobody knows that you have one breast, because nobody needs to know your business. And so you can keep your sexy up and everything as well. So, you know, not everybody can afford reconstruction. It wasn't a matter of affordability for me, but the fact that they had to radiate the area, my skin could no longer stretch at the time. But I mean, you know, after healing, I didn't bother to think about reconstruction because it was hours of surgery that I really didn't need to go through. So when you say, did you have any after effects? Of course, mentally, your breast is gone, and so it hits your image. It hits the fact that, you know, your confidence is also hit. um I was single at times, still single, but you know, dating is a delicate balance between saying to somebody, when they like you and you like them, you know, when do you have the conversation of, you know, this is my story and I only have one breast, and you may have to face rejection. So some of those things are things that breast cancer survivors go through. You know, hearing your story and hearing, you know, Rochelle, how supportive your husband was, that is a blessing, because some husbands leave,
That's
some
true.
people lose their relationships, some people go into depression, and I mean, sometimes the spouse is in a situation because his wife that he knew that was so bubbly and open and maybe very sexual, maybe she changes, you know. So it's a lot that goes on in the background, and then you are still expected to live happily, live normal. When you think about things like you can't get certain insurance anymore. I remember when, you know, I realized that my policy had lapsed because it was the one policy that I did not have on standing order. And I was busy the November, and because it was paid every 6 months, and I missed the payment, and my agent did not catch it. And I was devastated. And I was devastated because there was nothing I could do to get back my insurance, because I was now put in a category which really messes with you mentally, because it's not something that you did yourself, it's something that happened to you. So, you know, there's certain, I like for people to tell their stories, and to tell their stories of resilience and overcoming, because not many people understand what persons go through. Yes, you see the treatment and you see the going through the actual, um when from diagnosis to when you're no longer doing treatment. But after that, what happens? Every year you have to go through these tests. Every year you have to, you know, every day you have to mentally fortify yourself, and you have to remain strong. And these are some of the things that your caregiver. So we'll come back. Oh, she's gone. Oh, look like she dropped off. Aliyah, you dropped off, my love. Maybe she can come back in. But did you have a caregiver, Canad? And well, Rochelle, well, you're married now. I'm not sure if you were married then. Rochelle had her husband. What was your situation like?
From work in
My,
Jamaica,
yeah, sorry,
and he,
go ahead. Start again.
my caregiver was Maurice Vassell, my husband. He got the time off from work. He came to the US and he was by my side from the day before the surgery, followed me to all my appointments. He spent 6 weeks. Wherever I go, he would be there. He was my main caregiver after I leave the hospital for six
So we
weeks.
have to big up, Mr. Vassal too. We have to big him
Yeah.
up because as I said before, it's not everybody, not
And it was
everybody
love.
has that staying power. Not everybody
Yes.
can deal. It's not even so much sometimes that they want to step back. Some people can't manage it. They can't handle
That's
it. When
true.
they think about their loved one possibly leaving them, through death, it's not
Mm.
an easy thing to deal with. So, Aliyah, I'm not sure if you are related to Hygiena or you're just a friend. But some of
No, I'm not related to her. I'm
go ahead.
Pardon?
On me.
Oh,
Yes.
I was
No.
saying that I'm not related to her. I'm not related to her. I'm actually her work daughter.
Mhm.
I started working with her um about a year ago, and I've been attached to her.
So mentally,
Um, I'm just
mentally,
20.
how did you assist her mentally?
As I mentioned before, I would have been to some oncologist appointments with her, and I'm just there to motivate her and be happy, try to be happy, even when she thought that the cancer was coming back and she had to do an autopsy on the other breast. I was there sitting with her outside. We weren't saying anything. We were just sitting and looking at each other, holding her hand at the doctor, just giving her something else to think about.
Right.
Yeah.
Sandra,
Yes.
Miss Sandra,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes, Rochelle.
Um,
Yes, Rochelle.
there is a factor that I don't think most ladies are aware of. When you're going through chemo treatment,
Mm-hmm.
it's not safe to get intimate.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
When, when, it,
safe to
when, it,
get
when it says it's not safe to get intimate, explain.
it's not safe to have sex because, as I said before, I do my local research to find out exactly what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So, because going through the chemo, your whole immune system breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So, bacteria can come in. So, having sex, you with your partner, whichever way you do it, but you can protect yourself by using condom. But it's
Yes.
not safe to have sex during chemo, and it's not safe either for you, your partner, or your kids to use the same bathroom.
yes.
It is not safe. And sometimes when you're explaining, say for instance, I'm at the oncology clinic, we're going to look chit chat with other ladies. And when we're talking about these things, it's like persons are saying, no, it's not true. But to the depths of it, you have to do your own local research and find out all the details, because then and there, when your immune system breaks down, what you think gonna happen? It's like you have a flu.
Yes.
And
Well,
if
the
you
thing
come in
is,
contact with that, if you come in contact by kissing the person, your saliva, it can be a problem. So you go skin to skin and having things gonna happen. So ladies need to know, listen, going through chemo, just focus on your health and leave that other aspect until
you finish. Well, the
Miss
truth is,
Sandra, to be
it is
honest with you, yes,
yes.
to be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I didn't have sex for 2 years.
Wow. So your
And
husband
even
he went through hell as well.
yes, but I'm telling you, that is my sugar puss. That is my husband, because I am telling you, me not swear for man, but me, I tell you, me, I put my head on black for that man, because when him look at me and said to me, all I want for you is to get better. Him said, you not going anywhere, and me not going anywhere, so that can stay for later. He made tears come to my eyes, because it's not every man gonna speak like him and go without not being close to your partner for 2 years. And even when I speak with, I spoke to Dr. Samuels and I asked her if it's okay. Even when she said, yes, Rochelle, it's fine. No. Him said no, because him don't want anything to happen to me.
So what you're saying, apart from the fact that it's not, when you're married, it's the two of you going through it. Yes?
Yes.
For you, I don't want to say suffering, but the two of you going through challenges in the
Right.
marriage. You see, the thing with chemotherapy, because it reduces your immune system to zero,
Yes.
they recommend that your interaction with people is to a minimum, because when your immune system is low, you get anything very quickly. So that's why
That's
they
true.
don't mingle, you don't go out in the public, because anything that's going, flu, and that's like using the same bathroom, all of those things, it is because you are susceptible to any little thing that's going, you can catch it. So that's
Yes.
why it is normally recommended. But I must, applaud you for how you manage your situation, because you went through a lot. And to see you
Yeah.
smiling, to see you, having overcome, and is able to be here speaking about it. I mean, you having your little moment a while ago, we can understand that, because going through cancer alone is a whole. Yet still, going through a loss of a baby with your new husband, his first child, that must have been rough. So I mean, we need to give her some kudos here online. As I said, your story was so moving to me on the radio. And Kanad, you also for your persistence. You remind me a little bit of myself, because
Yes,
my
Miss
situation,
Samuel.
for those persons who don't know, is that I had not a similar situation, but I could have not been here either. I had
Yes,
got a lump 9 years prior, and that lump was benign, meaning people not cancerous.
yes.
So when I was lying down watching TV and I found a thickening in my chest wall, I immediately called my girlfriend Andrea and I said, Andrea, I find a little thing, in my chest. But guess what? My lump was in my chest wall and not in my breast per se. And so when I did my mammogram, because when I went to the doctor said to me, you're good to go. Mammogram come back perfect. You're good. And I sat there because my belly
Tells you something wrong.
I knew that there was something not right. And
Yes.
so he looked at me, because it's somebody that I know from church, the doctor at the time. And he said to me, you don't look happy with the results. And I say, Dr. Clark, I kind of think that I'm almost sure that there's something there. And he said to me, all right, put my hand on it. And I put his hand on it. Well, I had already put on back my clothes. And he said, all right, take out back your top. Let me see what you're talking about. He put his hand on it. And he said, okay, I'm going to do a ultrasound. And so that's why I always recommend that persons follow up with an ultrasound.
It's very
So
important.
now he found the area of mass because it was in the 12 o'clock position in my chest wall. And the mammograms, it really mostly screens the fatty part of your breast, right? And maybe to the side, and not maybe, and the side view. So underneath your arm, I had a lump. Underneath my arm, I had a lump. And I also had 4 out of 14 nodes positive for cancer when my test was done. So if I didn't follow my mind, and that's why I say also you need to do your self-breast examination. Literally feel up yourself. It's your body, it's your breast, it's your body. Feel up your chest, feel up your body, feel everywhere for any lump bump. And if you do find a lump, get it tested. Now remember, as we said before, all lumps are not cancerous. All lumps don't have to be cancerous. And some people have fibrocystic disease. And so even if you find a lump in your breast, you can just have fibrocystic. It can be a fibroid. You have fibrocystic disease. So you don't need to panic. Just go and get it tested. So when I did my ultrasound and he followed up with a needle biopsy, the needle biopsy is what confirmed it, that it was actually cancer. So, and that was 26 years ago. Fast forward now, I've been cancer clean for, I don't even want to say I'm in remission. I don't even want to say that word. Cancer has been banned from my body. Banned.
Banned for life.
Yes, yes,
Banned for
yes.
life.
Time, I just live my life. But I have to convince. I have to make sure that I tell the truth.
Sandra.
You're nervous when you go into the doctor.
Yes.
If you find bump a little thing, you're nervous. And it is, you're human. And so you don't want to pretend like everything is always okay, because that's not the truth. We are human. But that's why I go to church. That's why I know that there's a higher power. And that's why I pray, because I need that spiritual and that mental stability to be able to go through on life on a daily basis. Yes, Rochelle, you were saying.
Yes, Miss Sandra. And going through being diagnosed, it's not just being diagnosed and get chemo. It's a lot you have to deal with. It's a lot you have to deal with. And persons, one day someone look at me and tell me that her exact word, Rachel, you're not supposed to feel no way because you're Christian. I was so upset. So I said, okay, I'm a Christian, so I'm human. And
That's
I know
correct.
God understand why I am going through my emotions.
Yes.
And I said, it's not fair for persons to be encouraging us, not even say encouraging us, telling us how to feel or how to react. You're not in our shoes, so you're not supposed to tell us exactly how to tie our shoes lace.
Yes.
So what I normally do right now, I'm on some groups overseas, triple negative breast cancer. That's how I motivate myself each day. Sometimes the story motivates you, sometimes the stories make you sad. But in all of it, I try to look on the positive side because, Miss Sandra, sometimes to be honest with you, I am home and I feel a little discomfort. I'm saying, God, what it is, please don't let anything happen. I'm just constantly talking to myself and said, Lord, what next? So I'm just saying to myself, Rochelle, you do your surgery 2 years, you're still gonna have little aches here and there.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the left breast, it kind of feel funny. But then and there, I'm said to myself, Rachel, remember you went through chemo. So maybe it's still lingering. Or I just ask my husband what him think. A
I did a
lot of
trend
time.
talk.
A
I did a trend
lot of
talk.
time, you know, a lot of time things happen, and I said to my husband,
When come
feel
to you,
here for me.
soon come to you.
I said, feel here for me. What you think? Him said, no, man, no, no, Lord God, thank you to send this
Right.
man in my life.
Bless him.
Jesus,
Candy,
thank
you
you.
want to say something?
Because if I never have him by my side, I will break already.
Yes, true. God bless him. Yes, Candy, over to you now.
Are
Not
you
hearing
hearing
you.
me?
Yes, hearing you now.
I wanted to ask Rochelle something. I wanted to ask her if it's during the time when she was doing chemo, she said she feel like she would have just run out near kids. I wanted to know if it was during the time when she was doing chemo or when she was
Yes,
thinking
yes.
about everything.
No, it's during the time I was on the Red Devil.
Yeah, so the answer is yes. It was when she
Yes,
was doing
ma'am.
chemotherapy.
Yes, Miss
Okay,
Maggie. It
because
was when
I was having some mental breakdown too while I was on the Red Devil. So that's the reason why I
yes,
asked. And
yes,
you
ma'am.
know
Yes.
what I don't like to? Like when persons are telling you that you have to be strong. Being strong is a person that is fighting cancer has no other choice but to be strong. So I don't think I
Absolutely.
need anybody to tell me that I
Yes.
have to be strong because
So
I don't have
true.
any choice. I can't be weak fighting a illness like this. I have to be strong. So I think sometimes, just like what you say, if you're not in my shoe, you can't tell me how to feel because fighting cancer, having cancer is a lonely valley journey. Because after doctor advice, your friend advice you, when you are alone, you cripples, you hug yourself, you cry because nobody know the pain that you are feeling
Unless
inside,
you are a
way,
member
Hallelujah.
of
way down.
where all
It
of
Yes.
us go through the same thing.
so person was not what that is why I come out to the reach to recovery group, and I, even if I'm not saying much on the WhatsApp group, these group help us because everybody's story is different and everybody's story is
Everybody's story
unique
different,
in
my
its
dear.
own way. So sharing with each other, going through the same experience helps because I hear Sandra say every year when she have to do the test. I'm telling you, every year that I have to do this whole lot of blood test, this, that, mammogram, ultrasound, I think I start worry about it and I get so anxious and nervous the week before that most time I can't find nothing. I can't find my
Yes,
health card. I can't find this just because of this 20 had blood test, this,
yes,
that, you name it,
absolutely.
ultrasound,
Yes.
mammogram.
I
So
just want
person
to
we see
remind,
a
I just
war.
want to remind our listeners, our listeners online, and I want to big up hold on. Yeah, we have quite a few people, man, that said good evening. So Nadine, Dion, Marcia, Pauline. I want to, thank you guys for joining us. And remember, we are here to answer any question that you have for us. We have been there, done that. If there's anything that you want to know, we are more than willing to answer. So, just ask because we're going to wrap up shortly. So we are giving you enough time to ask questions if you need to. Yes, Tyrone, you're the lone male online, and you said insightful discussion. Thanks for joining because you're the lone ranger on our on
Mhm.
our discussion this evening. It is important that we have this discussion. You know why we even why we are having this discussion? Not because it's breast cancer month alone. The fact is, from where I sit as president of Jamaica Reach to Recovery, and I see these lovely ladies coming in. Every month somebody new comes in, 2, 3, 4 people come in every month. You want to say welcome, but you don't want to say welcome because nobody wants to welcome you to the cancer party. But welcome to the support group and to come and share your story. But why we really, more than anything else, is to build awareness and to show you that yes, although we go through the trials and we go through the fire and we go through everything, we are still here. We can talk about it. We are here for our families same way. And a part of why we are here surviving is early detection. And we want to encourage early detection. I am seeing too many women coming in late stage breast cancer. That not
It's true.
necessary. You need to make sure that you test yourself. When I say test yourself, check your body all the time. Feel up your breast. Make sure that you know what's happening in your body because once you catch it early, the survival rate increases. And so you want to ensure that if you do find yourself having breast cancer, you catch it early enough to do something about it. Right? Pauline says she said she lost she lost her husband after 29 years. I'm not sure what that means. Is it she lost your husband died um after 29 years of being together? I'm not sure in what context you're putting it. But if that is the case, our condolences. So, we wanna thank you. I wanna thank Rochelle. I wanna thank Kanad. I wanna thank Aliyah for joining us this evening. If there are no questions, asking one more time, there are no questions online. We're going to wrap up because I think these two ladies told their stories and we heard the role of the caregiver and how important that role is. Because going through any type of serious illness is not something to go through by yourself. And
Yeah.
yes, it is very important to have that supportive village. God bless the two of you, your husbands. Big up Mr. Langley. Big up Mr. Vassell. Because a lot of men leave and a lot of men can't manage. So these
One more
men
thing, Miss.
turn us stop. Yes, Rochelle, you're saying something, or was it
Yes,
Canad?
I would like to say a big thank you to Jamaica Reach to Recovery. A big, big thank you. And also to Miss Eulalie, Miss Campbell. Miss Eulalie helped me out so much.
She
And
was their
thank
first point of contact.
yes, and she, even though I never knew her at the time, but she took her time out to really help me, talk to me, encourage me, and help me through somewhat. And another thing, the donation I get from Jamaica Reach to Recovery really helps me out at my lab to do
Okay.
my blood tests. I really appreciate it. As I said before, going through these things, it costs a lot of money. Not because you're going through the hospital, sometimes you have to dip in your pocket and spend handsomely. So I just want to say a big thank you to Jamaica Reach to Recovery. A lot of persons don't know uh, who and what is Jamaica Reach to Recovery. But I'm thanking myself when I go to oncology clinic, I spread the word and I help some people get their CT scan done free. So I'm doing my little thing to telling them that help is
Thank
there for
you.
them. It's just for them to reach out.
Right. So as you touch on that point, want to encourage persons because Reach to Recovery is responsible for the Pink Run that's happening on October 26th. And we're having it again this year. It's our 25th anniversary. We're trying to raise $25 million. It might sound like a lot of money, but Rochelle and Canad can tell you a CT scan is 91 grand, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
And we don't talk about bone scan yet. We don't talk about chemo yet. We don't talk about surgery. We don't talk about
Yes.
medication. We don't talk
Blood
about,
test.
and I always have to give a shameless plug for NHF, because if it wasn't for NHF, we would not be able to afford so many of the drugs. But this, so come the 26th of October, which is next week, not Sunday coming, but the next Sunday, we meet at Emancipation Park at 6 o'clock in the morning and for warm up, and the race starts at 6:30. We are found on pinkrunjm.com. You can go there to register. You can call our offices at, I believe it's 445-9407, or you can call the secretariat at 16 Lady Musgrave Road. That's the same Cancer Society building, and the number there is 978-0375. The secretariat for the run is at Summit, Block B, room 1149. You can get your T-shirt, your socks. We have some bracelets. We have armbands. We have caps. We have tutus. There's just so much merch to get, and that money that you spend to register at the run, or that you buy the merch or donate, it goes to these women. So many women, ladies and gentlemen, my viewers online, so many women, you would not believe it, cannot afford to even start the treatment. And so in 2000, because Reach to Recovery is a part of an international body, we are sister to Reach to Recovery International. So this is just the Jamaican chapter, and each Reach to Recovery is an affiliate of the Cancer Society in their country. So we're an affiliate to Cancer Society, and we have been in existence through our founder, Dr. Denise Thwaites, since 1982. But we only did counseling up to 2000, where we saw the need to raise funds to assist these women that were coming into us, not being able to even start the treatment. So when you wear pink and when you register, when you come out and you run, and anytime you're wearing pink and wearing a little button, remember, you are helping someone to pay for their medication, to pay for their treatment, to pay for their scans, to just to survive. Let us just put it that way. You're helping them to survive. A lot of people wear pink to just have fun and just wear the pink and supporting breast cancer. But the reality of the situation is that many can't afford. 1 in 8 women in Jamaica get breast cancer. We are the highest rate of cancer in women, and the highest rate of cancer only second to prostate cancer. So you know what kind of numbers we're talking about. So this is not a joke. As I always say, this needs crowd. And that's why we have these online conversations. That's why we have the pink run, to get persons aware, to get persons moving, to get persons going out to get treatment, to get tested, because persons, talk about persons being diagnosed, some people choose to do nothing. And it's very sad. And that's out of fear. And so that's why people like Rochelle, Kanad, myself, and the women of Jamaica Reach to Recovery, we tell our stories, because fear is real. See Rochelle, the liquor balling earlier. The fear is real, right? And we are human. But what happened? We have to be deliberate about living. We have to be deliberate about being there for our families. We have to be deliberate about what purpose are we here on earth for. I know what my purpose is. My purpose is to run Totally Meal and take care of the man them, and to spread the word on breast cancer. Yes? So I have one passion, which is to take care of the man them, and my purpose, which is to try to help and save lives. So I just want to thank everybody who found the time to come on tonight. And I want to big up my friend again, Janet. for a lovely couch because I have no light at home. Because of the rain, this season my light went. And that's why they say, boy, good friend better than pocket money. Because we would not have been able to have this lovely conversation this evening. So, big up to friendships, big up to sisterhood, big up to, Canal, big up to Rochelle, Alea. Alea, thank you because you are volunteering to give service to another human being. It's not something that you had to do. You made yourself a caregiver, and that in itself is a blessing. So if you had one word, all of you, because we're wrapping up now, we're leaving, one word of advice to the persons on our platform. I'll start with you, Rochelle.
My word of advice: don't listen to anyone. Find out things for yourself and don't let fear let you stay away.
Okay, thank you, Kanad.
My advice is know your body. Don't let any doctor tell you anything else. As long as you're not comfortable with the answer, never stop trying until you find out why.
Right, right, absolutely. Amen to that. So I want to thank everybody online, once again. So next week, Thursday, same place, same time, 7:30, this platform. And we're live on Facebook, we're live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube. You can also watch it if you didn't start from the beginning. You can get all the information. Remember, we are at 16 Lady Musgrave Road, that's Jamaica Reach to Recovery Secretariat. And there, if you are currently a breast cancer survivor, you are not wearing a prosthesis, you did not do reconstruction, we ask, please don't stuff your bra with tissue, socks, cut up material, anything like that. Come to us. We have prosthesis there, we have bras there. And if you can't afford it, as I said before, the monies that we raise, we put it in our pool, we buy these prosthesis and bras, you get a set so you can be balanced, you can look and feel wonderful and keep your sexy up, So we just want to encourage you to be your best self. Breast cancer is not a death sentence. You can live. We are all living testimonies, and we just want to say, please do not let fear cripple you to do nothing. It was my pleasure. I'm Sandra Samuels, President of Jamaica Reach to Recovery, and I say good night to you.
Good night, all.
Hope to see
Good
you at the
night to
pink
you, Miss
run.
Sandra.
Come out and
It was
join
a
us.
pleasure for me, Sandra.
Huh?
It was a pleasure. It's my pleasure.
And thank you so much, my darling. I know we
Yes.
struggled a little bit in the beginning with the camera, but
Device.
you made sense as usual. That's in your nature, and we applaud it. Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. Take care to both of you. Bye.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Okay.
The Pink Run is more than a 5K run or walk. It's a chance to honor survivors, support fighters, and remember those we've lost.
Whether you've lived it or loved someone who has, this is your moment.
Join us on Sunday, October 26th, and let's walk, run, and restore hope together. To register, call 876-445-9407. Pink Run is brought to you by Jamaica Reach to Recovery.
Pink Run is powered by Catherine's Peak, Juicy Patties, Jamaica Moves, JP Foods, Supreme Ventures, NHF, and M Catering. Reaching hearts, restoring hope.
Wednesday, from Thursday, from the third day.
The Pink Run is more than a 5K run or walk. It's a chance to honor survivors, support fighters, and remember those we've lost.
Whether you've lived it or loved someone who has, this is your moment.
Join us on Sunday, October 26th, and let's walk, run, and restore hope together. To register, call 876-445-9407. Pink Run is brought to you by Jamaica Reach to Recovery.
Pink Run is powered by Catherine's Peak, Juicy Patties, Jamaica Moves, JP Foods, Supreme Ventures, NHF, and M Catering. Reaching hearts, restoring hope.